Every system starts rough and crude, like a stick you pick up off the ground. And the more time you spend whittling off the unnecessary bits, the more the stick will take the shape of a spear, and the more precise will be the tip when you have it perfectly honed. So with trading and with life, you just need to start with some kind of system. It doesn't matter if it's totally rough and doesn't even work at first. That's fine. You just need to start with a baseline system. So you can start to add slight and frequent tweaks to test and retain what is taking you closer to the goal of the system and jettison the habits that are deviating from it. An ideal system is one that you can rinse and repeat week after week. Your system needs to decide for you whether you will trade equities, what type, what entry and exit signals you'll follow, and what predefined actions you'll take when those signals appear. Your system should tell you when you'll be trading, where, and what you'll be watching, reading, and listening to while you're trading. So while your trading system can work without keeping a log, if you have superb attention to detail and a fantastic memory, most of us don't. I don't. I keep a log of every trade that I'm about to make. If I wait until after I've made the trade, most of the time I'm not going to have that initiative to do the next step in writing all the information. The other advantage of writing your trades down in the log before you place your trades is that it gives you a much clearer state of mind. And you can write down, to force yourself to go through this mental exercise, why am I entering this trade? What were the signals that made me enter this trade? What am I looking at? And then afterwards, after you've placed that trade and it's closed out and you've made an overall profit or loss, it's important to close it out in your log. Write a little note as to whether it worked out, was it a winner or a loser, and then you can start to identify the patterns. So I like Google Sheets because I can keep answers as simple as good or bad, yes or no. And then I can see graphs of overwhelming patterns of, for example, 80% of the iron condors at the 20 delta closed out of the money, meaning the short strikes were out of the money. I got full profit on those short strikes, so the trade was profitable. So now I'm going to start looking at doing more of those kind of trades. If you trade like most people, you're just trading whatever you think might work. It's just haphazard. So you need to be deliberate. And this isn't just with trading, but of course with trading. Of course when you have your actual money on the line. Good boys. You need to write down what you're about to do, and then you need to do exactly what you said you were about to do. You got to keep yourself honest. So many traders, they either keep a log and then they cheat. They know what their principles are, they know what their systems are, but they deviate just this one time. Just this one time will be fine. And that's how they blow up their entire accounts. If you know what's working, why would you do anything else? Now it's fine to experiment, and I encourage you to do both A/B testing and 80-20 splits. So you'll find, like most things in life, you get 80% of the results from 20% of the inputs. And look around you, everywhere this is true. They find that 20% of employees generally create 80% of the revenue. Even with taxpayers, it's about 20% of the taxpayers that provide 80% of the revenue. Everywhere you go, it's 80-20. Now with trading, and with options especially, you'll probably find that 20% of your option strategies, short puts, short calls, or straddles, or iron butterflies, iron condors, whatever you trade, and you should trade a whole bunch of different types when you're testing, using paper money, not real money, paper money. You will find patterns of what is working 80% of the time. And I bet you can boil it down to about 20% of those strategies giving you 80% of your positive results. Get rid of everything in your life that isn't taking you forward to your goals. Why would you waste your time on them? You can give them another chance, you can try to tweak them, see if you can calibrate, but eventually you only have so much time and so many resources, so why wouldn't you devote those to what you know is working instead of what might work but probably isn't, or what you know hasn't been working and maybe you think it will. So my wife sometimes thinks I've gone overboard in my systems. Even when it comes to things like doing the dishes, doing the laundry, washing the car, or getting the dogs groomed, I have weekly systems. Like for the dishwasher, we have 2 dishwashers at the house. And there's one that's always for dirty dishes, one that's always for clean. So we're always taking the clean dishes out of the clean dishwasher. When we use them, we put them into the dirty dishwasher. It's always going from clean to dirty. And then eventually, enough of the dishes and silverware and cups will be shifted from the clean to the dirty So we just switch the tags. We run the dirty dishwasher. When it's done, it has the clean tag. And now we reverse it. We don't waste time putting the dishes in the sink, leaving them there for however knows long, doing random dishes, putting them in the cabinet, taking pretty much the same ones out, and then doing it week after week like most people do, where it's just, there's no system, it's just chaos. And if you can get to the point where you can hone something as trivial as your dishwasher, then you know you have the big things taken care of. At least you should. I don't work out only when I feel like working out or when I have time to work out, because I'll never have time to work out. There's always something that you need to do at that time. Instead, I have a weekly system, and it saves me time because I don't need to plan when I'm gonna work out or where I'm gonna go or what I'm gonna do or what I'm gonna wear. It's always the same every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I know where I'm gonna be, I know who I'm gonna work out with. It's usually a bike ride most days of the week, and it's a hard ride, and it's a very efficient use of an hour and a half. And I know exactly when I'll be able to get back to work or back home. So if I need to meet with somebody, if I need to do an assignment, some kind of appointment I need to make, I know that I always have this block of time blocked off on those days, and it frees me up to do it 4 hours before or 4 hours after. Instead of working out or working, I do both because I have a system in place that lets me do both. So create a system for everything. I have a system for these guys when they get groomed. Every 2 weeks, they have an ongoing grooming appointment, and it's at the same time, every 2 weeks, at the same place on the same day. So I don't need to check my calendar. I don't need to call them and schedule. I don't need to do the back and forth. Furthermore, it's also a vet clinic. So every time there's a non-urgent issue, some kind of skin irritation or just lethargy or whatever, if it's not urgent, I know I always have a vet appointment coming up, whether I need it or not. Because while they're at the groomer, they can be seen by the vet. So I also know that while they're there at that groomer vet, it's going to be all day. So if there's an appointment I need to go to, a client I need to meet with, and I can't just leave the dogs at home, I can try to schedule appointments on the day where these guys will be taken care of. Saves so much time from having to schedule 3 different appointments for the groomer, the vet, and dog care. And that's an example of how you can systemize everything in your life, and you will benefit from it. And the more you systemize things, the more you can track them, the more you can refine, and the better it'll get. In conclusion, it's crucial that you have a system. And everything that I've found in trading is applicable to life. It's a metaphor for life. So I hope that helps.